Hello everybody, welcome to the very first video from my channel, and it's so good to have you guys. Although I have no subscribers yet, but we're getting there. So basically this video is going to be as short as possible, but then before we begin, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Shalom and I am a creative designer. And yeah, I love everything design. I love everything creative, So as time goes by, more about me will be reviewed. And of course, I want to make my channel not just educative, but also, with a little twist of fun. When I mean fun, I mean, I believe life doesn't have to be that complicated and that serious, you understand? So, but then I want a situation whereby every single video I put out, I'll get to always share a story of my life or something I experienced that I found funny, and I'll go to always drop it in any of my videos. So stay tuned while learning and while following the process of this particular video. Expect the story. If I did not drop a story, you can let me know in the comment section. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to get a site that we're going to be designing for social media. That's Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. So, but then this design is going to be geared towards storytelling design. Like, the design is supposed to tell a very quick story. You understand? So that's the concept of this particular design. So first thing we're going to do is to get a custom shape or a custom dimension, and normally custom dimension for Instagram and all these social media platforms always 1080 by 1080. So we're going to click that, and then we're going to go to this panel right here. So we're going to leave this at portrait. So we're going to leave the resolution at 72, color mode at RGB, because we are going to be posting on social media. So we're not going to print it. So we're going to leave it at RGB, and then everything else stays the same. So we're going to click on create. So here we are in the magical world of Photoshop. Now the first thing I'm going to do is get my background. So with my resource files, then get this background. And then I'm going to get the other background. So I'm just going to group this two, just going to hold BG. I want to lock it up. So next thing I'm going to do now is to get my, the main subjects, which is this. And so we have this. So what I'm going to do is cut it out of this background because I really don't need this. So by doing that easily, I'll go to this tool, selection tool, click on it, and then click on subjects, select subjects. So having the subject selected, next thing I'm going to do is to come to my layer mask option and then click on it to remove the background. Understand? So if you notice, we still have some edges of the color background. So we're going to fix that real quick. We're going to click on this particular layer mask. We're going to go to filter, and then we're going to go to other. We're going to minimum. All we're going to do is to leave the radius at, let's say, 1.5. So you will notice that the color background is no longer pronounceable, on the edges. So I pick it up a bit. So this is one of the easy ways for you to, remove those funny looking halos in your selection. So make sure you leave your preserve as randoms. Then click on OK. And so we have this. Now I'm going to make these smart objects by clicking at and clicking on smart objects, convert to smart objects. So what I'm going to do is to rotate this. Now how I'm going to rotate this is by holding down Shift and rotating. Just like this. Leaving it around here. Okay. So now this looks good, but we can actually make it better. We can actually add some realism into our composition. Remember I said it is ish to me turning kind of social media design, you understand? So next thing I want to do is to double click on the layer and then go to drop shadow. So now you can actually now see what works, or just trying to make it look as realistic as possible. Understand? So can actually place this here. Let me go with a distance of 167, and I think I like the opacity like this. There's something not too much. Okay. And then I'll go to our blend mode and multiply. And then I'm going to click on OK. So after doing this, next thing we're going to do is we're going to separate this drop shadow from the layer itself. So what we're going to do is to go to where the drop shadow is, right click and then click on create layer. It's going to ask you some aspect of the effect cannot be reproduced, blah blah blah. So what it's trying to say is that once you click on OK, you cannot go back to edit the shadows. That's what it's trying to tell you. So click on OK, and then you can see we have the shadow layer all by itself. So next thing we're going to do now is to duplicate the layer. I'm going to do that with the shortcuts by holding down Ctrl J. So now I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to take this one. Now I'm going to add a layer mask by coming down there to click on add layer mask, and then I'm going to pick my gradient tool, and then what I'm going to do is now notice one thing that from this peel right here, this peel, we have some lights bouncing off on the peel. So it is to assume that light is coming from this direction. Yeah. So that if you notice the white part of the peel, it's really not like, it's not really visible as it is. You get, though it's much than the blue, but it's really not visible. So we want, instead, remember, we are going to create our shadows to make it look as realistic as possible. That's the plan. So I'm going to just click and drag to take out some of these shadows right here. Just do it as much as you can actually get the best realistic results. You understand? So I think this is good. So I've turned this back on to see my final composition. As against decorate from this place, because the plan is to make this place lighter and this place darker. That's the plan. So what I'm going to do is to reduce the opacity of this one. Okay. And then let's turn this off to see what we have with this guy. Sorry about that. Oh. Okay. Let's click on this one again. So I'm quite satisfied with this. Just going to bring down the opacity with this one a bit. Okay, so I'm quite satisfied with this, and then I'm going to group both of them by selecting, both of the layers, clicking on one, holding down Ctrl and clicking on the other, and then I'm going to group by holding down Ctrl G. So next thing I'm going to do is to pick my move tool, or you can use the shortcut V on your keyboard, and then move it up a bit to have something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to move it on the side a bit. Okay, that's perfect. So next thing I'm going to do, I can decide to now put, all of this, or before I put it in a group, let's do, one more thing before I group everything here and put it in a group, because it's actually very, very important for you to have all your layers organized so you don't go ahead looking for your elements. That's a very bad place to be. So next thing I want to do is to bring in my text. So you can do that by holding down, by clicking on your keyboard. Bring my text and then choose a font. I'm going to go with Garand Pro. I think this is quite sticky together. I'm going to go to my properties and make this 0. Alright, so they spread out. Okay, so I'm going to just write read. Now the main aim is to type in relax, but I'm going to take out the relax. Oops. I'm going to take out the relax. I'm just going to leave, the read for now. And you see why very soon. So I'm going to make this bigger. And then if the color is too dark, over to and leave it in the shade of gray. And then to add in a color gray to a text or a shape, all you have to do is just hold and alternate and click on backspace, and then the color automatically changes. So what I'm going to do now is to make this big a bit. Make this big a bit and then take it up. And I want to rotate this. Then leave it here. Okay. Let me make it quite lighter. Okay, this is fine. And then next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate my, the text. And quickest way to do that is to hold and alternate, then click and drag, and then have the other part of the text. And then what I want to do is bring it here. And then just reduce this a bit. And take this so it's sits together. Okay. Now all we're going to do is pick this and pick this, which is a shadow, and make this quite bigger. Okay. So we're going to pick this, place it here, then pick this, then leave it here. So let's actually change the color of the lags. It's funny saying lags. Okay, alternate in backspace, and so we have it. I think I'm just going to make this quite darker. Okay, there we go. Now what I want to do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to change the blending mode of the ray to soft light. So now in order for this to be well pronounced like we have here, now there are two ways to go about this. I think the second way will just be better. Now what I'm going to do is just to make this soft light like we have here, and then make this corner black. Or then forward, then into backspace, and then we have this. Now if you notice, some part of the lags is not really visible. Why? Because of the light, and that's what we want. You understand? Because we don't want a situation whereby people are seeing this. Let's assume this is back to normal, and this is back to normal. It's gonna look weird. Like seeing this on the pill, everyone can tell that this is not. What we're trying to achieve is to make it look like everything is coming together. You get, or trying to make this one image. Understand? So just going to undo. Yeah. This like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to grab all the layers and group it, and then just name this pill. Okay, can do it to lock this up. So the next thing I want to do is to bring in my logo. Okay, so I'm going to make this smaller. I'm just going to place this here. And so what I want to do is to change the color with a double click on the layout, and then change the color to something like this. For that pick. So now we have this. Next thing I'm going to do is to add in the name of of my channel, which is the Shawan Hub. So let's go to leave it as this. Then I'm going to reduce size. Now, so yeah, I promise I was going to always tell a story per, per videos or in all of my videos. So yeah, I just remember the one. Okay, so I was working, like, you we at work, and we had an online meet. So I was on a meet with my team lead, and so we were doing a couple of designs and all of that, and uh, I believe at that time he was eating. You understand? So and then we're just trying to like see what works, and we're just bouncing off ideas here and there. And so while we are reviewing this particular design, he said something there. I paused and then I thought about it. So he said something. I think he was eating rice at the moment because we was eating rice and stew. You know what, Nigerians, if you don't know what stew is, you can actually tell me in the comment section and I'll explain it to you. So, and then he said something. He said, this man open enough stew for this design. Oh." I was like, huh? And I was like, sir, what did you say? He was like, this man open enough stew for this design. I was like, sir. I shall go. You shall know. It was so funny. I was devil of that day. So it was really really funny. It was really 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 funny. Okay, so this is the text I have to be placed on the design, because what's the design without a copy? I'm just going to copy this, and then what I'm going to do is click on my text by tapping T on my keyboard, and then just click and drag. So we have this, and then I can just Control V to paste. And so we have this. So next thing I'm going to do now is to add my social media icon and the rest of them and all of that. So I'm just going to add that to my design. I paste it here. Oh, okay. All right. So there we go. Okay. So now next I want to do is to add in a little something. As at the time I am making this tutorial, it is Sunday. So I really want this to fly the next day, which is Monday. So I'm just going to do something. Now look at watch this. I have to go to the background layer, because what I want to do is whatever I want it to be at the back of the pill. You understand? So I'm just going to click on my rectangle, then change the color to this, and then drag. I was always going to say drag and drop. Okay, so we're going to make this by move to out, I want to do something with the edge. I'm going to click on Control and Shift, and I want to move this up. Yeah, and I want to pick a text, and I'm going to write Monday. Then I'm going to change the color to something way lighter. Then I'm going to make it bigger. Then I want to rotate this and bring it here. Then I want to make this quite fit, like so. Let's take this up a bit. And then I want to bring my pew. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to bring my pew. That's what it looked just now. Look it here. And then for the Monday, it's not really like how would I put this? The Monday is not really like the center focus, but just to have in something there. Center focus is this message we're passing across. Now I'll briefly explain this concept. Now the concept is about this is a pill, and of which the copy was coined from. So there's relax, instant, and everything just kind of tiled together. Like take Chupi, have an organized to-do list, avoid negative energy, and be much more productive. So it is only when you're relaxed and when you're pretty chill, that's when you can actually achieve these things. So that's the message for personal across. So it's very important for you to have elements that will pass across your message properly. So we're all done. Now we'll to do a little extra to our design, which I'm going to be doing to most of our designs. So what we're going to do now is to take a screenshot of everything on our artboard, and we're all going to do that by holding down Control, Shift, Alternate E. So this takes a screenshot of everything we've done so far. And then I'm going to go to Filter, I'm going to go to Camera Raw Filter. We're going to click some things, and then we are going to go on this design. Okay, so in Camera Raw, now the next thing I'm going to do is to just come down to my texture, clarity, and interface. Of course, you can mess with other sliders, but I really don't want to do that today because this is where I want to really focus on. So I'm just going to increase the texture a bit. I'm going to increase the clarity a bit. I'm just going to leave these at, let's see, 4 or 5. Yeah. So you can see the before and the after. It just kind of brings your design. It gives your design a little bit of life. You understand? This is not bad, but this is way better. You understand? So, in case you've not found on the street, you're welcome. But in case you have found it out before, you're still welcome. We're clicking on OK. And so there we have it. So we're gonna do it to save this, And of course, this is supposed to be flying on my Instagram, so do it to check it out. It's the Shalom Hub. And that'll be all for today's tutorial. I'll do it to see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Please tell your friends about my channel. I just started, so I really need all the love. I really need all the support from you guys. Thank you so much. Bye for now.